this into perspective, how did you connect the dots? How did you get back to the office? You had your research, you had gone to, know the terrain.
Yeah.
You sat down in front of your system and they said you have to bleed on a page if you're a creative. How did you bleed?
Well, what happened was, and I know that at some point you were in those meetings, those content strategy meetings as well. What happened was we had to, when knowing the terrain, the terrain is not the ground, it's the people on ground. So knowing the subgroups, the communities, was what led to what type of content do we need and how do we need to present it. Already the vision of the name AFIA was that we're going to take something that was what the Igbo people are known for, which is commerce, and use that as the vehicle to talk about how this links with everything. Because even in Igbo cosmology, at the root of it is the market days. So the market is a spiritual place let me call it a spiritual place for Igbo people and most African cultures. So everything you're doing emanates from there. So with that in mind, you don't have to do that. Anything you are doing, one, has to be something the people are interested in. Two, has to connect those who are not here with here. Three, you have to let people know that there are opportunities here. Because at the point I came here, if you Googled Southeast, all you will see is unknown gunmen. That was all people were talking about. So that narrative had to be challenged, And then I'm lucky enough also to have come from another place where I understood the external view of the Igbo man. I know how those who are not Igbo see Igbos because that's how I grew up.
Yes.
So I have that point of view. So now I'm able to see both sides of everything and understand where the gap is. The only thing now is that, and I have to be honest, you have to be deliberate. I know people say in media you must be unbiased. You must be unbiased in news, but you can't be unbiased in agenda. The agenda is to tell the story of the people and the place. We have to do that, and we have to let people understand. And the good thing I've seen is that as Afia is growing, I told two of you something last Christmas. We were here at Landmark Naked, and I said, this year I don't miss Lagos. Because we've also seen the region grow. I think it was just yesterday I was complaining that it's been too long since I was in Aba. So now, Aba is becoming, to me, what Abeokuta used to be to me. I've become very Easternized. And on a personal note, it's been a personal journey for me. Because like I told you, I grew up in Lagos.
Yes.
My mom is Edo. I've always been rooted in that side of me. So this has also been my journey back to my own father's culture. I was telling my mom that since I joined Afia, I've been to my village more times. Life. So the journey of Afia has also been the journey of Nnamdi Obanya. It's that journey towards that journey that every Igbo man takes, which is the struggle, achievement, and aspiration, which is why we take things like the chieftaincy titles very seriously.
So, sorry. Now,
yes.
Station planter. Nnamdi Obanya again. So, you're making a lot of assertions right here about Abeokuta and all that. But you said something about purpose.
Yeah.
Right. So let's track back to that purpose, the vision of Afia. Had conversation with the CEO 2 hours. That was in 3 places, right? And discussed a lot of things. I guess he bared his mind, telling the vision of Afia, what he, wants to achieve, with this baby, like it was before, right? Would you say that vision has been met or somehow still marinating?
So the vision is the end goal. And from the vision, you get your objectives. And from your objectives, you get your tasks. So everything we do is towards the company vision. The vision is like religion, it's like Christianity. You know that you have met the vision. When you, as a Christian, there's nothing like perfect righteousness, but every day you strive towards it. It's the same thing with the vision. Every day we strive towards it. What I would never forget is when we first started talking, the technical talk we had was like for 5 minutes. Then he asked me a question I'll never forget. He said, what's the story of the Igbo man? And I said, well, Igbos are known for culture. He said, we now said, where is the story of the Igbo man? He said, okay, what's the story of the Arabs? I said, oh, the Arabs are in the middle. He said, where's the story of the Arabs? I said, oh, on Al Jazeera. He said, exactly. That there has to be a place where the story of the Igbo man is told. And where every Igbo man knows that he can come back and, put his story there for others to hear. And that was where I would say the hook got me. Because that, at the end of the day, is the vision. The vision can be put in one. One of the first I like, which is that phrase. Because when literally transmitted, saying something is your own, like it's part of you. It's so deep, and that's what AFIA'S phrase really is. That everybody should be, whether even if you're not Igbo, if the values of Igbo, which is hard work, determination, independence, and a Republican sense of living where the rights of every man is equally important and more important than the general. Every man is important, not group. Every man is important. If those values are important to you, then AFIA is your own.
All right. So we really have to wrap up now, but I need to ask you this question. As AFIA turns 3, what should we look ahead to? Should we rest on our laurels? Are we there yet?
You know, anything in life is like swimming. The rest you start sinking. So we cannot rest on any laurels. You know, sometimes I'm very humbled when I hear the way people speak about AFIA, because all I see is, you know, myself shouting and wires and running and cameras and. But when, when people come out and talk about AFIA, sometimes it's, you know, and I have to talk to the people who make those comments, whether it's on what we say, whether it's on what we do. Those people that make comments, oh, I love your analysis, or your program look good, or oh, this person looks nice on TV. Those people, you know, for them, they're just making comments. But what they don't understand is that those things are the reason, those things are things that keep us moving. Because really, the viewer is the reason we wake up every day and come to work. We don't make it for ourselves. So I just want to say a very big thank you to all those people who have always given feedback. Right. Sometimes when you ask yourself, why am I even doing this? You see one comment on YouTube,
I like
and you say,
you say,
that's why I'm doing this.
You know, when he showed that emotion, and I hope we got him on close-up, you know, you really brought to life the disgruntled look. Why am I even doing this? You know, that really spoke to it, Oji.
Are you worried about the acceptance? Is it too quick? Like, you know, you grow a company, you keep growing, building bricks by bricks on bricks on bricks, till you get to a point like, yes, I've arrived, and yes, you guys can accept me right now. But it was like in a snap.
Yes, because we came into a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. So once we came in, it's like, oh, that's our own. Oh, that's, you know, and if I remember very, very quickly, it was people like Abga or Hanez Indigo, like, oh, this is our own. This is, you know, they'll try first. Can we come on AFIA? Yes. Can we come on AFIA? Yes. This is our own. Let's go. So that's where the acceptance quickly came from. So, but acceptance is one thing. Remember I said that you have to keep growing. When you become a standard bearer, when people say, oh, like AFIA, when you become, oh yeah, like CNN, like Fox, like Al Jazeera, like AFIA, you know, when you are a standard, you know, the way then every detergent was Omo.
Right.
When they say, the person has an AFIA because they're trying to talk about a channel representing a people that is well accepted, then you know that.
All right.
Not to toot our horn, right? Mm-hmm. Is AFIA a standard?
Is AFIA a standard? We're getting there. We're getting there.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Because Audrey had a lot of cold birds this morning. Thank you. Nnamdi.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Station
planter. I don't know where that one came from. Because
you know I'm calling it station planter, right? As a station planter.
But what I would say, you know, every September we celebrate AFIA Radio, you know, and very soon, and it has to do with station planting. another AFIA Radio is to be planted.
Okay.
Yeah. So the people of Aba should get ready.
Yes. And that's good new information and good news for people of Aba. AFIA Radio would be coming your way, but it's still AFIA TV's birthday. It's not your birthday. Okay, so we're gonna veer off the topic of AFIA Radio because TV today is number one. And you know, I told you not to wear that cap today, the AFIA Radio cap, but now you brought a stronger medium, word of mouth. Please, it's still AFIA TV's birthday.
AFIA is AFIA, whether radio or TV. It's all celebration.
It's AFIA Radio and right? AFIA TV. Well, yes, there's a point of the. You see this line divides radio and
like
TV.
If you go to radio right now, right, AFIA Radio is hyping, promoting this anniversary too. So AFIA is AFIA, whether it's radio or TV. All this demarcation is not good. Segregation. All this segregation is not. Let's bring it up outside.
Did I
can we? I mean, it is AFIA TV's birthday.
Okay,
and
that's fine.
I want to say before I leave. I want to say thank you to all of you guys within AFIA, because it's not a one-man show. You know, many people see you on camera looking fresh. They don't know how many nights you slept in the office. You know, I remember 2023 elections with Natalie basically living at the collation center and we having to send food at 2 a.m. You know, these are the things that people don't see. And, those are the things I appreciate. So everybody, all of you in front of the camera, behind the camera, in MCR, in the office, everybody plays a part. Everybody's important. So thank you, because you are the real Afia story. Those of you who come every day are the real Afia story.
Thank you for giving us the simulcast and the shout out. Thank you so much. And speaking of Gideon is refreshing the in-house crew, the control room guys. Rising, we see you. Chiamaka, please stop pulling your hair. You probably young them all.
Is our director.
Tochukwu, please put a camera on Tochukwu. He doesn't like it, but please give it. So these are the guys in MCR. These are the guys that are basically, shall we say, if the plane crashes, then you can hold Ryzen and Tochukwu, all right? Because we have pilot, we have co-pilot. So please, please pray for them, all right? Gidi is refreshing them. And right here at Landmark Nike Lake Resort, we are being refreshed by Hunger Clinic. Hunger Clinic has gotten us so many things that I can only but imagine what's waiting for us after the show. So please, big shout out to Hunger Clinic for refreshing us on this anniversary broadcast. You wanted to throw in something about Afia Radio?
No. I was just talking about my tummy right now.
Okay. Because in September she'll have.
So we'll broadcast Audrey's tummy on radio. All right, the morning show will return. Of course, this is a special broadcast coming to you live from the iconic Landmark Nike Lake Resort. And when we return, we'll be speaking to the Enugu State government as we do reflect on media collaboration. And at the top of the hour, we'll be hearing from the founder, CEO of Landmark Africa Group himself, Mr. Paul Onwanibe. Do stay tuned. The show returns shortly.